Hi everyone, my name is Miss Paschal and I teach 6th grade English. I have your child in my class and I'm really excited for a fun year. I know that this year is different than what we all expected, especially their first year of middle school. It's already a big transition. But I know that it's going to be challenging, but I also know that it's going to be rewarding and I'm really excited to share this year with them. A little bit about myself. I am from Florence, South Carolina, but my dad grew up here. I got my undergraduate degree at Wofford College, where I majored in government and history. And then after Wofford, I got my master's of arts in teaching from the College of Charleston. Um, I love teaching English. I'm a voracious reader. It's something that I truly enjoy. So I love getting to share that passion with my students. I also love grammar, which is kind of rare, but I love sharing that passion with my students. Um, I have a dog named Eloise. She is a golden doodle. I'm sure that your kids have heard me talk about her or have seen pictures of her. I talk about her a lot. I love to share funny stories. And I just kind of wanted to get to know you and for you to get to know me. So the first thing that we do every day is I pull up their DOL. They do their grammar practice, and while they're doing that, I call roll. And I start roll with an attendance question. I do this because even though I can't see them face to face, I think it is vital to establish a relationship with them. I want to get to know them. Attendance questions vary. Let's see, if you could have any animal in the world be your pet, what would it be? Have you ever had a nickname? What is it? If you could have a lead role in a movie that has already been released, what movie would you pick? It kind of starts the class off with a little bit of a rapport. We get to know one another. They get really excited to share. And then after I call attendance, we go over our grammar. Um, so that's kind of how my day starts. And then usually depending on what we're going to be doing that day, whether it's novel study, short story, daily journal, anything like that, is where is that just depends on the daily schedule. I know that a lot of you are kind of struggling with where to find assignments, where to find directions, where to find files. I know this is overwhelming. I tried to make it as easy as I could. I know that there are still some issues that may need to be worked out, but I know that we can work through them together. Please know that if you have any questions, concerns, I am here. My email is Emily, EMILY, period, Paschal, PASCHAL, at richland1.org. If you would like to call me, you can call the school and then dial my extension, which is 3503. Your students know to email me. They also know that they can send me a chat in Teams. One other announcement that I really want to make sure that I go over is that missing work. I am being very flexible. I understand that we are all experiencing extenuating circumstances. I know that we're all under different levels of stress. None of us are used to this. So I am accepting missing work. I am accepting it and I'm still grading it. And if I'm still giving them full credit for turning it in and grading it. My only request is that once they turn in missing work, please make sure that they email or chat me to let me know that they have turned it in. Because there's so many different students and so many different tabs, I can't check each tab every day thoroughly. So as soon as they turn in missing work, they need to just shoot me an email and say, hey, Miss Paschal, I turned in article for week number 1, just wanted to let you know. And as soon as I open that email, I will grade it, and I will update the grade book. So that is my only request about missing work. Please let me know that you have turned it in. Let me see any other important announcements. Well, before I let you go, I want to kind of give you a virtual tour of our virtual classroom. I am using my A block example, but this applies to all 4 classes, whether your child is in A block, B block, C block, or D block. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. It may take a moment, so hold on one second. Alrighty, so here is the general channel. Okay, so this is our general channel, and I kind of want you to think of it kind of like a Facebook page. This is like your news feed, okay? So here is you see our class meet, you'll see some announcements, and then over on the left we have channels, and they're kind of like Facebook groups, okay? So we have Closure, which we honestly have not been using very much because honestly, I just haven't gotten around to it. We have Good News, where if something exciting happens, the students can share. The most important is our independent work channel. This is where their work will be posted every single week, the independent work that is required of them, okay? So if you open up independent work week 4, as soon as it loads, you will see that it is everything that they need to complete for the week, okay? Every week they will have an article of a week. This is important because not only does it keep them reading, it also keeps them reading academic literature, which I think is important for them, not only to work on fluency, but to work on context clues, vocabulary, critical thinking. That I will show you where it is, but that is in the class notebook. They just type on the document to answer the questions once they are done reading, and it saves. Also, every week we have a DOL/STEMS or vocabulary assessment. I post right here the quizzes for that week. That is a practice quiz. And if your child takes that quiz multiple times, then they will be completely ready for their quiz on Friday. I also have the codes to get in. So they will go to quizzes.com and then they will type in whichever class code applies to them, and they can take it as many times as they need. Now, STEMs and vocabulary, we switch off each week. So one week they'll have word stems such as miss, not, un, or sub. And then the next week they will have vocabulary words that correspond to those stems, such as misfortune, undecided, subordinate. So that way we can kind of spend enough time on each one, but they are still connected and related. Each week, they will also have a practice Quizlet, and I post it right here. Now, journal entry, that is not every week, although it's probably going to be most weeks, and I will also show you how to access that. In The Boy of the Painted Cave, that is our current novel study. I read it to them in class, and they answer the questions as I read along. So this is posted Sunday night each week before the week starts. This is where their work for the week is going to be, not under assignments. We are only using the assignments tab for projects, okay? So this is where your independent work is going to be posted for the week. If you go back to the independent work channel, sometimes things may tweak. Also, for vocab, I will type up vocabulary words just to make sure that they are all able to see them. As you can see, this is for my A block. They have their 10 vocabulary words right here along with the definitions. So not only do they have a practice quiz, but they also have a document with it all laid out for them. For stems, such as miss and not and un, I try to either write a chant or a song, and I'll share that with them. I find that if you attach it to a chant or music, it's easier to remember. And the funny thing is, our first STEMS quiz, I heard a lot of the students singing my song in their head, and I think it really helped them. So that is all in the independent channel. Now, I have a recess channel. None of them really use it. This is just for them to kind of communicate with one another as long as it's school appropriate. I do check it daily. And then my last channel is tech support. Are you having trouble? If you'll see up here, I added some directions for different parts of Teams in case they need help. And then I'm down here, and myself or the other students can help answer questions if anybody is having trouble. Now, if you go back to General, you will see options up here. If you click on Files, you will see that I included class materials, and here is the course requirement document. All right, so our course requirement. This, if you would like to read or go through, is available to you at any time. It is right here. I also went through it with your students on our first week of school. Now, here is the important part. This is our class notebook, and I want you to think of this as a large notebook with dividers, okay? A large notebook with dividers. On your child's view, they can only see their name, but because I am the teacher, I can see all of them. So if they were to go into their class notebook, they see their name and they click on it. And then they have all these dividers so that all of their different work is organized into neat piles, and they know exactly where to go. For example, we know that we have an article of the week due each week. So they would click on article of the week, and depending on the week, on week 4, they would pull it up, they would read the document, and then they would answer the corresponding questions. All right, so that is where they would go to article for the week. In their stems, I have posted stem set 1. This was for 2 weeks ago. Also under their stems divider is the lyrics to my song. They really loved this song, and I sang it to them, and I also posted a video of myself singing it in the independent channel. So they're the lyrics to the songs. Daily journals is where they're going to have their journal entries. Grammar practice, we haven't really started getting into that yet. Writing, we're still waiting on that. DOL is important because this is where they take their daily DOL and they use it to study. Novel studies, this is where we're going to go right now. We are currently reading Boy of the Painted Cave. They seem to be really excited about this. It is set in prehistoric times, and it's all about a little boy named Tao who wants to leave his clan and make his own way of life. And then another important tab is our short stories. We have been talking about elements of a short story, plot, theme, setting, characters, really diving into the meat of a story and using it to analyze to the best of our abilities. And those are going to be listed under here. So anytime they have an independent work assignment that they need to do, it is listed under their divider. Okay? Now, if you go to assignments, this is where you're going to find projects. All right? So this is where you're going to find projects. The first 3 were due the first week, and most of them have already turned it in. This last one is the quarter 1 reading project. It will be due October 28th, and the materials associated with it need to be uploaded by October 28th, and they will be uploading in this file. So assignments are for projects. Independent work channel is where you're going to find your list of weekly independent work, and most of that will take place in the class notebook. All right, so I am going to stop sharing my screen. Alrighty, so I really hope that that kind of helped you understand exactly how the class is organized. I know that this is a rough year. I know that this is a little bit challenging, but I truly believe that your students are doing a great job of tackling what's ahead of them. I also believe that they have a great positive attitude. I know they want their first year of school to be in person, but I think that they are really handling it in great stride. Please feel free to email me or call me with any questions. I want you to know that I am available. I am here to help them. I want them to love Creighton as much as I do, and I want them to love middle school as much as I do. They are starting to spread their wings more after elementary school, and I think that's wonderful. I hope that this video was helpful. Please let me know if there's anything else that I can do for you. Welcome to Creighton, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Go Cavs! Bye, guys.